Hey, Colin Hiles here, aka the Mindset Guy, with today's training video, which I've called How to Get Anything You Want in Business or Life. Now, you ever wondered why some people seem to just get the things that they want with ease and others struggle? Or maybe in certain areas of your life, you find it easy to achieve your goals and your aims and your wishes and your desires, but in other areas, you just find yourself struggling. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you why, so stay tuned. So this video was inspired by this email, and it goes, "Hello Colin, my name is Danny. I recently came across your videos on YouTube and thought they were great. I'm a futures trader, which is a very risky job, and I suffer with doubt and fear a lot whilst trading that leads me to jump out of perfectly good trades. I want to work on myself, and I've been working on myself, and I need to clear negative stuff and be more positive headed. I've set some goals for myself over the next 12 months, and I'm spending a lot of time picturing the goals and the life that I want to live when the goals are reached. I'm a bit confused as I've seen lots of stuff on the law of attraction which advises to set goals, but it also advises you to feel that you've already achieved them, like driving a new car, etc. I wonder if you could explain the correct sequence in doing this, because there's so much online telling you different stuff that I'm a little lost. Hope to hear back from you soon." So, I'm going to start by sharing a 3-part manifesting formula or creation formula. And I'm going to look at why in some cases it's easy and we find it easy to achieve the things we want, and in other cases we struggle. So let's start with the formula. Now the formula is in 3 parts, as I said, and it's I plus E equals M. So that's intention plus energy equals manifestation or creation or result. Now I've put here, as you know, if you've watched any of my videos, I break life down into 4 key areas, right? Health, wealth, love, and lifestyle. So right now, you may find in certain areas that you're achieving all that you want. Now, in terms of Danny's case, obviously, in terms of wealth, around his career and that, he's not achieving what he wants. And that's why I want to sort of make sense of that with this model. Now, so that's the model. That's fairly straightforward and almost like, well, that's quite obvious, right? But you'll see at this end here, I've put this is meant to represent a mirror, okay? So the M, manifestation, sits in the mirror. So it could also be for mirror. And just like any mirror that we see, it's constantly it can only reflect back. In fact, the thing is we'll understand about the mirror is, unlike a mirror maybe in the bathroom that we walk in front of, we walk away from, this mirror is always there. Secondly, this mirror can only reflect back. It doesn't judge, it doesn't go good, bad, right or wrong, it just reflects back. Now what is it that it reflects back? Well, it only reflects back the I and the E. That's all it can reflect back. Can't reflect anything else back. So it's constantly showing us what's going on from an I and an E perspective, intention plus energy perspective, right? And lastly, the mirror is truthful, just like any mirror. It's truthful. It's not lying to us. It's telling us the truth. Now, we may distort what the mirror says. I don't know if you've read any research, but they did some research around bodybuilders, and they found that when they get in front of a mirror, they actually see themselves smaller than they really are. Whereas someone suffering with anorexia will actually get in front of the mirror and they'll actually see themselves bigger than how they actually are. So the distortion comes from the individual looking in, not from the mirror. The mirror can only reflect back. So this is going on all of the time, right? So far so good. Now, intention is all about the goals that we set for ourselves. You know, what is your intent around health, wealth, love, and lifestyle? Do you know what your intentions are? Do you have clear intentions, clear goals? And I put plenty of videos together, 2 fairly recently, around how to do this and the importance of doing this, right? So that's that. Now the E represents energy, as I said, and the energy, or the cause of energy, are our beliefs. The beliefs that we have. I'm going to come back to that in a second. And then we've got the M. Now you'll see with the mirror, you see it's got E-V-A-L, right? Eval. And this is a really important part of the mirror. The E stands to evaluate, the V stands for vibrate, the A stands for attract, and the L stands for live. So what does it mean? Well, the way that we evaluate an M affects how we vibrate, vibrational frequency, and you'll know that the law of attraction, like attracts like, energy attracts energy, so the way that we are vibrating on a vibrational frequency affects what we get, i.e. attract, which then affects what we live, what we're fully experiencing, right? So EVAL. Now, let's have a little look at the way that this plays out. So let's take, Danny said fear and doubt. Okay, so fear and doubt. Fear and doubt are quite negative emotions. They're not positive. Most of us don't say, yeah, do you know what? I haven't experienced enough fear this week. And as for doubt, I mean, I'm well under my quota, right? So, they're not emotions. But what happens here, see, Danny can have very clear intent, very clear goals. He can know exactly what he wants to achieve. But the action that he takes to achieve those goals, which comes from the energy, if it's driven by a negative belief, is going to cause fear and doubt. Now, you project fear and doubt into the mirror then can only reflect it back, and it comes back in the form of poor results or a life experience that we don't want, right? So we have to take a look at beliefs and understand the importance that beliefs are playing. Now up here we've got, obviously, if we've got positive beliefs which cause us to feel more positive, higher vibrational frequency, that is what we sort of push out, and then it's reflected back to us in great results. So this is what's always going on. This is why the E part of manifesting is so important. The energetic aspect of manifesting is so important. We could be clear with an intent, but if it's linked to a negative emotion, then it's not going to work. Now, those negative emotions, Danny's talked about fear and doubt, it could also be lack. So, I look at the results. This is where M equals E. I look at the results that I'm getting, and let's say that, I'm not the weight and shape that I want to be, or I don't have that money in the bank that I really want, or I'm not in the career that I really love, or, I haven't got that person in my life, that significant other person in my life. And I see that. Or, I just don't have the time to spend with my family. I'm so busy, lifestyle. So now I'm focused on lack, all right? My focus is on lack. So as a result of lack, where is that going to put me emotionally? Well, not in a great place. So once again, it comes back. And this is a focus on what we don't want rather than what we do want. Now, if you take an area of your life where it's working brilliantly for you, I'll guarantee that you're going to see you're clear on this, know what this is. You may have even remember the time that you set the intention, that's really what I wanted to achieve. Maybe not, maybe you're more unconscious or subconscious. But then I bet you're positive around it. Not down here, but more up here, feeling confident. So think if Danny has the ability to become more confident and more calm when the pressure's really on with those trades, it's going to make a difference, right? So now he's got his intent, but now he's got a positive emotion. Well, there's more chance of him getting the results that he wants rather than the results that he doesn't want. So fear, doubt, lack, all these emotions are not going to support us. Now, I've also put here 0, 100, 100, 0, because when we start playing down here, if we're not careful because of EVAL, if we're not careful, we start to spiral down. And we become what I call a 0, 100% person. What does that mean? Well, we find all the reasons why we're not achieving it. We blame, we complain, and we make excuses. Now, we may blame the external world. We may blame the mirror. We may look out there and rather than see it as a mirror, we see it as a window, and we find there's the reason why. I'm not the right age, or I don't have enough money, or I don't have enough time, right? So we make excuses. We also might blame ourselves as well. We might become, poor little old me's, or ploms, as I like to call them, ploms, and we go and find other ploms to have a little plom party, a pity party, right? And of course, they justify why we're feeling the way that we're feeling. But fundamentally, all we're going to do is get the same results time and time again. Until we shift this, not much is really going to change. Until we address some of the beliefs that we've got, that we shift ourselves from more of a victim to more of a victor, to more of, one of I am responsible, because up here this is 100% 0. This is 100% responsible for my life. Zero excuses, zero blaming, zero complaining. And if you're watching my videos, you know I put a video out, two videos ago, which is all about, if you really want to make significant shifts, stop complaining. If we stop complaining, we start moving up here. That's what sort of sits behind that. So become a 100%. And if you think about beliefs as well, let's just talk about, let's say that, I'm not getting the result that I want. So take Danny, I'm hopping out of trades too quickly. They get a bit hot and I jump out, and they're perfectly good trades. Well, let's say that I blame myself. Okay, and I turn the mirror on myself, and I'm an idiot, I'm a fool, I'm a jerk, I've screwed up again. Well, what's that going to do? Well, it's going to just send me down, knock my self-confidence, knock my self-esteem. So sometimes we need to go a little bit easy on ourselves. But what if, rather than what if I just see it as a learning experience? Okay, so great, so I've just learned something. And I've made a distinction that I didn't make before. Maybe it's helped me understand a belief that I've got that I didn't know that I had. Maybe I need to address that belief. Yeah, it's a good learn. Now I see it as a learning experience rather than a screw up or a, I wasn't going to swear there, but just stop myself. And learning versus failure. Well, that's going to make a big difference to where I go emotionally. So now I'm learning from it. And sometimes we do need to go a little bit easy on ourselves. We need to see it as a journey. It's all about understanding ourselves more. I talk a lot about mind power, and mind power is about awareness. It's about awareness of currently what's getting in our way and the power of our mind to achieve the things that we want. So I'm going to wrap this up here. So let's give you some things to think about. So firstly, make sure that you've got clear intentions. Danny's done that, need to do that. Videos on my site showing you how to do that if you've not seen. Secondly, whatever results that you're getting, here's my little rule, my little principle. Evaluate to elevate. Evaluate to elevate. Make sure that whatever happens, you evaluate it in such a way. Remember, EVAL, all right? Evaluate, vibrate, attract, live. You evaluate in such a way that it causes you to feel more positive, not negative, but more positive, that you take responsibility, 100% responsibility. And, don't beat yourself up too much, but sometimes a little self-critique is important, is really important. Understand that we are totally responsible for everything that we want in our lives. And so evaluate to elevate, really important, make sure we do that. And lastly, take small committed action. And from that action, you're going to get closer to the things you want, or you're going to get a chance to learn, which is going to help you get closer to the thing you want. So if you have a belief system that's all about, failure, then shift it to one that's about learning from every experience, getting better and better every day. Everything that I do, I can get better and better at that very thing. So what we feel is what we get. Right? That's what I want to share, ultimately the summary of everything. What we feel is what we get. So if we're feeling down here, we get more of this. If we're feeling up here, we get more of this. So it's important that we take care of the E part of my simple little manifesting formula. So I hope you found that really useful. And as you know, what I'd like you to do is just give me some feedback. 1 being not very good, 10 being really useful. Leave me a comment. Subscribe to my channel if you're on my YouTube channel or on my blog. Look me up on Facebook. You'll see the link. I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.
Hold on, now did you enjoy that video? Well, if you did, I would like to show you how you can train your mind to perform how you want it to, so that you can break through to the next level with my advanced mind power training. It's totally free, and you can get it by going to www.advancedmindpowertraining.com or clicking on the link below this video. I'll see you on the next video.